So, Kevin, I think you missed our last show. That would have been post-Michigan State. That was supposed to be the toughest challenge to date. Now we know Sparty goes to Wisconsin. They get wiped out there. So we're still trying to find that barometer game. We're most likely not going to get it this Friday night. No. But what really stood out to you? To me, it was obviously J.K. Dobbins in the running game against a rush defense that had been the best in the nation, not just this season, but last year, and really being able to pound it forward for big yardage, plus 300.
Right. I mean, everybody wanted to talk about Michigan State's defense, and they traditionally year in and year out, are really good at what they do, but Ohio State was able to get out there and impose its will. J.K. Dobbins was able to run the ball, and another 170-yard type of outing. I mean, he had the long touchdown run, which everybody's been waiting for. I mean, he's now, after that game, was the leading rusher in the Big Ten, 1 yard more than Jonathan Taylor out of Wisconsin. And, I think that he's on pace to set some really special numbers if the season goes 13, 14, 15 games. Granted, when Eddie George had his record-setting season, there weren't quite as many games at that point. But, Dobbins really has regained that form that everybody loved in 2017, and they're getting to see it here again in 2019. And I just think that the Ohio State defense was able to do a solid job. Nobody really was touting the Michigan State offense for being explosive by any stretch of the imagination. They got some yardage between the 20s, but Ohio State has a top 5 red zone defense in the country, and it really showed in that game.
When you talk about the J.K. Dobbins performance this year, coming off what was a lackluster year for the most part, he certainly had the Maryland game and saved them there going into Michigan last year. But he was so exceptional as a freshman, down year last year. Do you think just a lot of things came together, improved offensive line play, and his just dedication to there was talk about, and you talk to these guys all the time, so you can probably fill in a lot of the gaps that I'm presenting just in regards to his workout, taking what is a near world-class athlete and refining him from like 12% body fat down to 8 and just being that much of a better runner because of it.
Well, I think he has a lot more confidence. I think he's in a lot better shape, and you have an offense that is much more set up for a rushing attack. And because of that, when you sit there and you have the run blocking going on, he's able to sit there and break out those big runs. And it's not going to be a case of them protecting Dwayne Haskins in the pass pro and everything along those lines. So I mean, they're getting out there. You're seeing. I mean, everybody wanted to talk about it being a new offensive line, 4 new starters. But, I mean, these are some dudes out there. And, that's not taking anything away from the line last year or any year. But, I mean, he's got some guys out there who are opening holes for him. But, I think when you get some of that success and you taste that confidence, because of that, he's able to just build upon it.